List of Jewish Kabbalists. This article lists figures in Kabbalah according to historical chronology and schools of thought. In popular reference, Kabbalah has been used to refer to the whole history of Jewish mysticism, but more accurately, and as used in academic Jewish studies, Kabbalah refers to the doctrines, practices, and esoteric exegetical method in Torah that emerged in 12th–13th century southern France and Spain, and was developed further in 16th century. These formed the basis of subsequent Jewish mystical development. This is a partial list of Jewish Kabbalists. Secondary literature incorporating Kabbalah is enormous, particularly in the voluminous library of Hasidic Judaism that turned esoteric Kabbalah into a popular revivalist movement. Hasidism both adapted Kabbalah to its own internalized psychological concern and also continued the development of the Jewish mystical tradition. Therefore, only formative articulators of Hasidic thought, or particularly Kabbalistic schools/authors in Hasidism, are included here. In the Sabbatian mystical heresy that broke away from Judaism, only the founders are listed. Solely academic university Jewish studies researchers of Jewish mysticism, not being Kabbalists, nor necessarily Jewish, are not listed here, nor are separate non-Jewish derivative/syncretic traditions of Kabbalah. Rabbinic figures in Judaism are often known after the name of their magnum opus, or as Hebrew acronyms based on their name, preceded by R for Rabbi/Rav. Early Jewish mysticism. Talmudic Tannaic sages, Maseh Merkabah mystical chariot, Maseh Bereshit mystical creation 1st–2nd centuries. Yordei Merkabah chariot riders, Haykalot palaces. Early formative texts are variously traditional/attributed/anonymous/pseudepigraphical. Nehemiah ben Hakena traditional attribution of the Behir. 1st century. 4 who entered the parts including Rabbi Akiva c. 4137 c. Simon Bar Yochai Ra Shbi protagonist of the Zohar 1st–2nd centuries Hasidai Ashkenaz 1150–1000, 250 German pietists. Mystical conceptions influenced medieval Kabbalah. Samuel of Speyer Shmuel ha-Hasid 12th century. Judah ben Samuel of Regensburg Yehuda ha-Hasid 1140–1217. Eleazar of Worms Eleazar Rokach c. 1176–1238. Medieval emergence and development of Kabbalah 12th–15th centuries. Provence Circle Southern France Provence and Languedoc 12th–13th centuries. Abraham ben Isaac of Narbonne Areva d Roman II c. 1110–1179. Abraham ben David of Pasquiers Areva d Roman III 1125–1198. Isaac the Blind Yitzhak Sadi Neher Neoplatonic approach c. 1160–1235 Catalonia/Girona Circle Northeast Spain 13th century. Ezra ben Solomon. Azriel of Girona synthesized Gnostic and Neoplatonic elements c. 1160–1238. Nachmanides Moses ben Naaman, Ra M'Bain introduced Kabbalah in Classic Bible Commentary 1194–1270. Jacob ben Sheshet. Meshalem ben Solomon da Paracastile Circle Northern Spain 13th century. Developed demonic/Gnostic theory. Jacob ha-Kohen. Isaac ha-Kohen author of treatises on the left emanation. Tadros ben Joseph of Abulafia c. 1225–1285. Moses of Burgos ecstatic/prophetic meditative Kabbalah 13th century. Abraham Abulafia Spain, Italy, Malta. 1240 after 1291 publication of the Zohar 1280s–90s Northern Spain. Moses de Leon c. 1250 130,513th century Kabbalistic commentary. Abraham ben Isaac of Granada Southern Spain 13th century. Joseph Gicatilla prolific writings, including Share Ora. Spain 1248 after 1305. Menahem Recanati only Italian of his time writing mainly Kabbalah 1250 131,000 and 14th–15th centuries saw a slowing continuation in Kabbalistic commentary. Isaac of Acco, pupil of Maimonides. Israel and Spain, 13th–14th century. Baya ben Asher Rabbi New Behei, Kabbalistic classic commentary on the Torah. Spain, d. 1340. 1840, 1840. Fusional influences, 15th–17th centuries. Influence of medieval Jewish rationalism in Spain declined, culminating with the expulsion. Jewish fusions of philosophy and Kabbalah were shared by wider non-Jewish Renaissance trends not listed here. Abraham Cohen to Herrera fusion of philosophy and Kabbalah. Spain and elsewhere c. 1570–1635. 16th century Kabbalistic Renaissance. Emigres, some from Spain, some founding new center of safety in Ottoman Palestine. Bear Ibn Gabbai, Spain to the east. Early organizer. Kabbalistic response to philosophy rationalism. v. 1480, 1380, 1380, 1380, 1380, 1380. Re 1480, 1880, v. 1480, 1880, 1880, 1880, 1880, 1880, 1880, 1880, 1380, 1380, 1880, 1880, v. 1480. Joseph Caro Beit Yosef, Central Legalist and Mystical Diary. Spain to Safed, 1488–1575. Shlomo Alkabetz, Greece to Safed, c. 1500–1580. 1580. Drid, 1580. Moshe Alshich Hakadosh, Turkey to Safed. Kabbalistic Classic Bible Commentary, 1508–1593, Cordovrian School. Rationally influenced systemization of preceding Kabbalah. Moses ben Jacob Cordovro Ramake, taught in Safed. Author of Pards Romanum, 1522–1570, Lurianic School. New mythological systemization of Kabbalah. Basis of modern Kabbalah. Kitvei Ha-Ari, writings of the Ari written by disciples. Isaac Luria Ha-Arizal, taught in Safed. 1534–1572. Hayem Vital, Italy, Safed, Syria. Foremost disciple of Luria. Author of Etz Hayem, 1543–1620. Israel Sarug spread Lurianism in Europe, 1500s, 1610 Safed dissemination. Eliyahu David is Ottoman Palestine. Author of Rishit Chachma, Kabbalistic ethical work, 1592. 16th–19th century Kabbalistic commentary. Central European Kabbalist rabbis. Judalo ben Bezalel Maharal, mystical Jewish thought in philosophical style. Prague c. 1520–1609. Isaiah Horowitz Shilat H. HaKadosh, author of Esachne Luchot Harbrit, Prague to Palestine c. 1565–1630. Jonathan Ivischutz, Central Europe. Protagonist in Imden Ivischutz Mysticism, Controversy, 1690–1764. Nathan Adler, Germany, 1740, 1800. Italian Kabbalists. Moshe Haim Lazato Ra'am Ha-El, Kabbalistic dissemination and cultural works. Italy, Holland, Israel, 1707–1746. Elijah ben Amozig, Universalist interpretation of Kabbalah. Italian rabbi and scholar, 1822–1900. Sephardi Mizrachi, Oriental Kabbalah. Abraham Azilai, author of Chizla Abraham. Morocco to Israel c. 1570–1643. Haim Ibn Attar or Ha-Haim, classic Torah commentary, Morocco to Israel, 1696–1743. Shalom Sharabai Ra Shah Sh Yemen to Israel. Esoteric clarifier of Luria and Bet El Synagogue, Head, 1720–1777. Haim Joseph David Azilai, Heda Bibliophile and Israel Rabbinic Emissary, 1724–1806. Benish Hai Yosef Hayim Sephardi Hakam, in Iraq, 1832–1909. Sabbatian mystical heresy, founders only. Sabbatai Zevi, messianic claimant. Founder of Sabbatian break with Judaism. Ottoman Empire, 1626–1676. Nathan of Gaza, prophet of Sabbatai Zevi. Israel and Ottoman Empire, 1643–1680. Eastern European Baal Shem/Nistarim and other mystical circles. Elijah Baal Shem of Chelm first to be given Baal Shem title. Poland 1550–1583. Elijah Baal Shem of Worms. Founder of Nistarim mystical activists. Poland/Germany born c. 1532. Elijah Lones. 1555–1636. Joel Baal Shem of Ropshitz. Adam Baal Shem. A teacher of the Bisht. Abraham Gershon of Kitov Brody Rabbinic Lurianic Circle before becoming Bisht's brother-in-law. Ukraine, Israel c. 1701–1761. Baal Shem of London Hayem Samuel Jacob Falk Ukraine/Germany and England 1708–1782. Baal Shem of Michelstadt Sekel Lob Wormser Germany 1768–1847. Hannah Rachel Verbermacher Mitnagdik/Lithuanian Kabbalah. Vilna Gaon Elijah Ben Solomon Zalman. GRA head of non-Hasidic Eastern European Judaism. Opposed Hasidism 1720–1797. Hayem Bolgen founder of Lithuanian Yeshiva movement. Main theorist of Mitnagdism in his Nefesh HaHayim 1749–1821. Yitzchak Isaac Chaver. Shlomo Eliashiv Baal HaLeshem. After his major work Lithuania 1841–1926. Mordechai Leib HaKohen Kaminsky. Hasidic popularization of Kabbalah 18th century present. Kabbalistic notions pervade Hasidic thought, but it developed a new approach to Kabbalah, replacing esoteric theosophical focus with successive psychological internalization. Therefore, only a minimal listing of Hasidic figures is given here, founding formative figures or commentators on esoteric Kabbalah text/tradition. Founding East European Hasidic masters. Baal Shem Tov, BSHT Israel Ben Eliezer. Founder of Hasidism. Ukraine 1698–1760. Jacob Joseph of Polnoy. First writer of Hasidic thought. Ukraine 1710–1784. Dov Ber of Mezerich Maggid of Mezerich. Organizer of Hasidic thought, architect school of movement. Ukraine c. 1700/1710–1772. Elimelech of Lizhensk. Founder of General Hasidic Practical/Popular Tzadikism leadership. Poland 1717–1787. Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. Author of Kedush's Levi Classic Hasidic Torah Commentary. Ukraine 1740–1809. Shneur Zalman of Liadi. Intellectual Hasidism Habit School. Author of Tanya Systematic Presentation of Hasidic Doctrine. Russia 1745–1812. Nachman of Bratslav. Kabbalistic Imaginative Breslov School. Kabbalistic Storytelling. Ukraine 1772–1810. Other Hasidic commentators on Kabbalah. Hayem Tyra. Author of Siduro Shel Shabbat, Kabbalistic homilies on sabbatical subjects, and Sha'ar HaTefillah, Kabbalistic reflections on prayer. Died at Jerusalem 1813. Yisroel Hopstadgen Maggid of Koznitz, a father of Polish Hasidism. Commentaries on Zohar and Tikkunei Zohar 1737–1814. Dover Shnuri, second Habit leader. Wrote commentary on Zohar and contemplation guides. Russia 1773–1827. Zadok HaKohen of Lublin. Kabbalistic commentaries based on personal illumination. Poland 1823–1900. Yaakov Yehuda Aryeh Leib Frenkel Jevuras Aryeh. Kabbalistic work on Ramban's Torah commentary. Hungary 1850–1855–1940. Levi Yitzchak Schneerson. 1878–1944, father of the seventh and last Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. Menachem Mendel Schneerson. Lubavitcher Rebbe. Unity of Esoteric Kabbalah with Exoteric Judaism through Hasidic Thought 1902–1994. 20th Century Kabbalah. From diverse traditions in Kabbalah excluding Hasidic thought's internalization approach. Abraham Isaac Kook, Chief Rabbi of Mandate Palestine and poetic visionary mystical thinker 1865–1935, Yehuda Ashlag Bal HaSulam, after main work translation of Zohar with new approach in Luria, Poland and Israel 1885–1954, Baba Salih Israel Abu Hatzera Mizrachi Sage, Morocco to Israel 1890–1984, Yitzhak Keduri Mizrachi continuation from Rashish, Iraq to Israel D. 2006, Modern Teachers of Jewish Mysticism, Individual Teachers of Jewish Mysticism, Spirituality in Modern Style Articulations. Solely academic teachers in Jewish studies research are not listed here. Orthodox, Kabbalistic/Hasidic, R.A. Kaplan, Adenstein Saltz, Tyne Saltz, Yitzchak Ginsburg, Moshe Weinberger, Non-Orthodox/Neo-Hasidic/Jewish Renewal, Arthur Green, Lawrence Kushner, Sheffigold Universalist-style Jewish teachers, Philip Berg, Zeev Ben Shimon Haleviv, Samuel Avital, Michael Laitman,